Have you ever been talking to someone, maybe a friend, a romantic interest, or even a colleague, and everything felt fine, until suddenly they go silent? No explanation, no warning. They just start ignoring you. No texts, no calls, no eye contact, nothing. It leaves you wondering, what did I do wrong? Are they mad at me? Did I misread our connection? Or are they just not the person I thought they were? This kind of sudden silence can feel like emotional whiplash. It's confusing, frustrating, and sometimes deeply painful. But behind this behavior is a whole world of psychological reasoning. In this video, we're going to explore the hidden truths behind why someone might suddenly start ignoring you, what it says about them and you, and how to respond in a healthy, empowered way. So if someone's silence is weighing on your mind, keep watching. This might just change how you see the whole situation. Understanding sudden silence, a psychological view. When a person suddenly starts ignoring you, the first response is usually confusion, followed quickly by self-blame. But here's a truth many people overlook. Their silence says more about them than it does about you. Psychologists explain that human behavior, especially sudden shifts, like ignoring someone, is often rooted in emotional regulation, conflict avoidance, and attachment styles. Let's break it down. 1. Avoidant attachment style. People with avoidant tendencies often struggle with emotional intimacy. When things get too real, too close, or too vulnerable, they retreat not because of you, but because of their own discomfort with connection. 2. Emotional immaturity. Some people simply haven't developed the tools to communicate their feelings. So instead of facing a difficult conversation, they shut down or disappear. 3. Guilt or shame. Ironically, someone may ignore you because they feel guilty or ashamed. If they've hurt you, betrayed you, or know they've disappointed you, silence becomes their coping mechanism. 4. Control and power play. Silence can also be a form of manipulation. Some people use it to gain control, provoke a reaction, or test your loyalty. It's not love, it's emotional control. Common reasons people suddenly ignore others. Here are 7 common reasons why someone might suddenly go silent. According to psychology, 1. They're emotionally overwhelmed. They may be processing their own issues and don't know how to bring you into that conversation. Instead of being vulnerable, they push you away. 2. They're losing interest. In romantic or friendship dynamics, people sometimes drift away when interest fades, but lack the courage to say it honestly. 3. They're testing you. Some people withdraw attention to see if you'll chase them. This is more common in insecure or manipulative relationships. 4. They feel hurt or misunderstood. Maybe something you said or did made them feel disrespected, and rather than talk about it, they chose silence. 5. They're immature in conflict resolution. Instead of dealing with disagreements, they avoid them. Ignoring is easier than confronting. 6. They're dealing with mental health struggles. Depression, anxiety, or trauma can cause people to isolate, even from those they care about. 7. They were never emotionally invested. This is the harshest truth. Some people disappear when they no longer find value in the connection. It stings, but knowing this truth gives you power. You deserve consistency, not confusion. How the brain reacts to being ignored. Let's talk about your brain for a moment. Being ignored activates the same areas in the brain that process physical pain. Yes, psychological research confirms this. That's why being ghosted or given the silent treatment hurts so deeply. It's not just emotional, it's neurological. Your brain sees it as social rejection, which triggers stress hormones like cortisol, negative self-talk, and spiraling thoughts. The fight, flight, or freeze response. It also creates a need for closure, but often closure doesn't come from them. It comes from you deciding to move on, even without answers. The psychology behind the silent treatment. The silent treatment is not just rude, it's a form of emotional punishment. Psychologists categorize it as passive-aggressive behavior that may signal a desire to punish or control, a lack of emotional maturity. Inability to express emotions healthily. It's often used to create guilt, force an apology, regain control in a power dynamic. If someone frequently uses silence as a weapon, that's not love. That's emotional manipulation, and you deserve better. How to emotionally process being ignored. It's okay to feel hurt. Ignoring cuts deep because it denies you the dignity of communication. Here are some healthy ways to emotionally cope. 1. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't assume the worst. Give space. Sometimes people disappear temporarily due to personal issues. 2. Avoid chasing. The more you chase, the more power you give them. Maintain your dignity. 3. Validate your emotions. You're not too sensitive. Your feelings are real and valid. 4. Focus on what you can control. You can't make someone talk, but you can choose how you respond to the silence. 5. Journal or talk it out. Write your thoughts or speak with someone you trust. Processing is healing. When ignoring is a sign of narcissism or toxicity, sometimes sudden silence is a sign of deeper toxicity. Narcissistic individuals, for example, often use discard phases to devalue and then abandon people when they're no longer useful. In these cases, ignoring is not just emotional immaturity, it's a manipulation tactic. Here are signs that their silence is toxic. They ignore you to punish you. They come back only when they need something. They deny ignoring you or gaslight you about it. They never apologize or take accountability. In toxic dynamics, silence is never just silence, it's emotional control. What to say or do if you want to address it. If you choose to reach out, here's how to approach it with strength and maturity. Step 1. Give space first. Don't text or call right away. Let them feel the weight of their own silence. Step 2. Send a clear, calm message. If you decide to say something, keep it short and emotionally neutral. Example: Hey, I noticed some distance lately. I respect your space, but I value honest communication. If something's wrong, I'd rather talk about it. That sets the tone without begging or blaming. Step 3. Observe their response. If they reply with honesty, there's room for growth. If they ignore you again, take that as your answer. Silence can be loud, and sometimes it's screaming the truth. Signs you should walk away. Here are 8 clear signs it's time to stop waiting for them. 1. They ignore you repeatedly without explanation. 2. Their silence makes you feel small or worthless. 3. They return only when it benefits them. 4. You've communicated clearly and they still avoid. 5. You feel anxious and obsessed with their approval. 6. You're doing all the emotional labor. 7. Your self-esteem is declining because of them. 8. Your peace is being disrupted too often. Walking away isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Reclaiming your power and healing. Here's how to take back control of your emotions and heal. 1. Shift the focus back to you. Ask yourself, what do I need right now emotionally? Not, why are they doing this to me? 2. Practice emotional detachment. You can still care, but from a distance. Emotional detachment protects your peace. 3. Limit obsessive thoughts. Stop replaying conversations or analyzing their actions. It only deepens the hurt. 4. Invest in self-worth activities. Work on goals, passions, physical health, anything that boosts your sense of purpose. 5. Surround yourself with emotional maturity. Choose relationships with people who communicate openly and consistently. Final words of empowerment. If someone suddenly starts ignoring you, it's easy to fall into a spiral of self-doubt and confusion. But here's what you need to remember. Their silence is not your fault. Their inability to communicate says more about their inner world than your worth. You are still worthy of love, attention, and respect. Sometimes silence is protection. It reveals who's emotionally available and who's not. It shows you who's willing to grow and who's stuck in avoidance. And sometimes silence is the universe redirecting you away from what was never meant to stay. So instead of chasing closure from someone who doesn't value you, Give yourself the closure. Choose peace over explanation. Choose clarity over confusion. And most importantly, choose you. If this video helped you see things more clearly, drop a comment below and let me know. Have you ever been suddenly ignored? What did you learn from that experience? Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who may be silently hurting. Because when we understand human behavior, we start to heal, not just from others, but from within. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and remember, you are not defined by someone else's silence.